How's it going, everybody? This is Dominic Minchella. I am the Kansas City Chiefs beat writer on SI and the host of the Kansas City Chiefs Insider Podcast. Once again, thank you guys so much for stopping in whenever it is. I really do appreciate it. So, we have been covering thus far into this podcast series a slew of predictions, draft coverage, offseason signings, deep dives on the best free agents. And today, now that the Kansas City Chiefs have their 2025 schedule set, opponents in place, we released a article about this on our website. Obviously, you can go check it out at Kansas City Chiefs on SI. It'll pop up. We released a prediction, game by game prediction of what we believe the Kansas City Chiefs will do this season. And by we, I do mean myself. I did come up with this all through my own opinion and research, given the previous past that the Chiefs have had with other teams, statistical matchups, player rosters, the involvement of 2025 rookies, and all that. So, without further ado, because nobody likes ado, that was bad. I'm sorry. Here are our 2025 predictions for the Kansas City Chiefs. As we know, they will start off in Sao Paulo against the Los Angeles Chargers, a team that is very high on, or the NFL world is very high on. I'm just not sold on it completely yet. To start off the season, they're going to be on the road. The Kansas City Chiefs are on the road. Technically, so are the Chargers, but in that regard, they're considered the home team. And I believe that the Chiefs will be able to take down the Los Angeles Chargers to get their first win of the season. I think that because the Chiefs have won 7 straight games against the Chargers, and that the fact that they're international at this point in this moment, talking about down the line in September, it is more crucial for them to get this victory than it is for the Chargers. And not saying that it's rigged or anything. I think that they're just going to try a little bit extra in order to come away on top to get the first step. Not only one win in the win column, but also giving a loss to a AFC West division rival that is sought after so hard, thinking that people are thinking that they're going to take the division title away from the Chiefs. So with that, I believe that the Los Angeles Chargers will fall to the Kansas City Chiefs in week 1. Unfortunately, though, in week 2 in the home opener at Arrowhead, I do see the Kansas City Chiefs losing to the Philadelphia Eagles in their Super Bowl rematch. And hear me out. So what we realized in the Super Bowl was that the offensive line is very destructible. I would say it wasn't strong. There was a lot of motion towards Patrick Mahomes, and even when they did protect, Patrick Mahomes just wasn't throwing the best ball. That being said, they went out in the offseason to address the offensive line, primarily the left tackle. As I've stated and broken down before, they signed Jalen Moore. They drafted Josh Simmons out of Ohio State, as well as they just signed Tremaine Ankrum to fill in kind of as that guard position. He could go to a left tackle should he has experience. If you want to know more about the Ankrum signing, go check out my video from yesterday. I break it all down. But with the fact that we don't know how Josh Simmons is going to play yet in Kansas City, or if he's going to be utilized heavily in the first few weeks, as well as there's potential that Jalen Moore has some scuffs along the way in that left tackle position as a starter, should he earn that role. Those are the reasons that I believe that Philadelphia is going to be able to kind of get their foot forward and take them down. But obviously, it is still a long offseason to where who knows, even once I'm there to cover the training camp, I'll be able to give you more in-depth things to look at and what I believe have improved rather than have stayed the same status quo. 1-1 on the season. I think that game goes to the Eagles. Game 3, week 3 against the New York Giants. I do think that the Chiefs are going to be able to take them down, not because, or even regardless of the Giants, that being their home opener. I think that the Chiefs are just a better team and that the Giants still have some ebbs and flubs to figure out themselves. Week 4 against the Baltimore Ravens, a tough stretch coming up in the first 9 weeks of the season. Have a lot of teams and franchises that cracked the NFL playoffs this past season. So obviously those will be difficult plays, games, regardless of who they're playing. But they go up against the Baltimore Ravens, and now I see the Chiefs getting their first home victory. I think that in their last 3 matchups against one another have gone to the Kansas City Chiefs. You can add a fourth to that, especially if they do go by this prediction. If they lose to the Eagles, there's no way they're losing 2 straight at home in front of their home fans. I don't think it would sit well. So that will go to the Kansas City Chiefs. The record at that point through 4 weeks is 3-1. Then they will head to Jacksonville to take on the Jaguars, and I believe that the Chiefs will walk away with that victory, regardless of the fact that they just landed Travis Hunter, as well as got new management within Liam Cohen as a head coach and James Gladstone as general manager. I do think that the Jags are not there yet, quite yet, especially to compete. I think it will be a competitive game, but I think that ultimately it is going to Kansas City. Week 6 versus the Detroit Lions. Once again, at home, I see the Chiefs losing. Now that'll drop them to 4-2, 2 of which are the NFC teams that were predicted and projected to take on the Chiefs in the Super Bowl. I think that the Lions, they're gonna know that, knowing going into Kansas City is like, hey, we were supposed to play you guys. Things didn't go very well. Obviously, they're going to come out and play. I think it's going to be a close game, similar to their 2023 matchup, but I think that this matchup will go to the Lions. Week 7 versus the Las Vegas Raiders, the divisional rivals. I think it goes to the Kansas City Chiefs. As we've seen last season on Black Friday, it was a close game, but the Raiders were unable to close it out, giving the Chiefs a way to notch another win in their win column. And I think that that's going to be the same way as well. Is now that they're going to be grabbing a win on the road following a home loss, that puts them at 5-2. Week 8 against the Commanders, I think that they're going to be able to sneak them out. I just don't think that the Commanders are so powerful as they were down the stretch of last season. Jaden Daniels is very good, and I think he'll be a problem latter of the season, but not currently. That gives a win to the Chiefs at 6-2. And then at Buffalo, I think that the Chiefs will lose in that fashion. As we know, they have not fared very well during the regular season against Buffalo and Josh Allen, but in the playoffs, that's when it comes down to it, and the Chiefs will get another pickup on that. So I do see them losing that matchup. In week 10, there's a bye. So going into week 11, they are 6-3. Yeah, 6-3. Then they face off against the Denver Broncos. I see the Chiefs winning that on the road. That should be able to push on that win streak that they have over Denver and continue it on into the foreseeable future of the schedule. Week 12, I see the Chiefs taking down the Indianapolis Colts. I just don't think that the Colts are quite a team that is going to be able to take down a juggernaut like Kansas City. Once again, it could be close, but there could be a blowout possibility with this game, especially with them having success against the Colts. But actually, in the last 2 games that they've played against Indianapolis, they have lost 2 of them, and I see that ending. Week 13 at the Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving. I see that as a passing of the torch for the Chiefs to become America's team. They're prime time slotted They are popular, marketable, everything, and they're going to take down the Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving on their own turf. I think that win goes to Kansas City, pushing them to 9-3. Week 14 against the Houston Texans, I also believe that the Kansas City Chiefs are starting to get on a hot streak at this point, and they will get another victory, making that 4 straight since the turn of their bye week. Week 15 against the Chargers at home, I see them losing this time, which drops them to 10-4. If the Chiefs are able to defeat them in Sao Paulo, I see this very much headed towards Los Angeles, maybe to give or to make this division even more exciting down the line. Week 16, they take on the Tennessee Titans. And I've touched on this. I think that it will be a really good game. There's been a lot of comparisons drawn between Cam Ward and Patrick Mahomes, and whether or not Cam Ward is the starting quarterback for the Tennessee Titans at this point in the season, which I think he should be. I do think that it'll be a close game. Ward is going to impress Mahomes, but it's ultimately going to go to the veteran. Week 17 on Christmas against the Broncos, I see the Chiefs winning. Victorious joy, obviously, bringing that on Christmas. They won last season, and I don't see them losing a big marquee game. And week 18, going up against the Las Vegas Raiders once again, and they are going to sweep them, bringing their overall record to 13-4. That breaks down everything. People have said that they think that there will be a regression period for the Kansas City Chiefs. And while that could be true, they're still going to be very, dominant, as we can see with a 13-4 record. I don't see them finishing 15-2, but I do think 13-4 is very, very reasonable. As always, guys, let me know what you think about these predictions. You can check me out on Twitter at Dominchella, or X, formerly Twitter. And I would love to see or hear your discussion, and I would love to chat with you guys on what you think I got wrong, whether you disagree with the rankings, or what if you think I got right on. As always, you can also follow us at KC Chiefs on SI on X, as you can see on the ticker down below. We post and repost every single day. Can't wait to continuously cover the offseason as we get closer and closer to the 2025 NFL campaign. As always, Chiefs Kingdom, be kind to one another, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Bye.